Huh. Where's Katelyn? Thought she would be here. Why is my sword missing? Oh, Coda, who's out there? Elsa. Where's Katelyn? What are you doing?
I'm training to be a witcher.
You're training to be a witcher?
Yes, I want to be cool and buff, I want to slay monsters, and have cool cat eyes, so I thought I'd get up early and do some squats and throw my sword around. Just to try.
Right. Why don't you just draw yourself being a witcher?
I mean, I guess that could be the easy way. I don't have to subjugate myself to mutagens and potentially die. Okay, that's fair. Let's go draw a witcher then.
Such a dork.
Shut up. Alright, well, I'm done messing around outside. I think I could eventually become a witcher if I worked hard enough, but I guess I would need mutagens and other stuff. But we'll just do the easier way and draw my Witcher OC. So I really like the Witcher series. I just recently finished the Netflix show, which basically got me back into playing the game again. I played through a pretty good chunk of number 3, but I just haven't had time to finish it. And now my love of Witcher has been like reinvigorated. I absolutely love all the monsters and the story and lore behind it all. It's like really cool. And I thought I'd draw myself as a Witcher. It's currently trending on Twitter and Instagram. A lot of people are drawing like Witcher lasses, and I just love the idea of doing a really cool Witcher OC. So today I'm going to basically Witcherify myself and draw myself in my most ideal buffest self, like what I would love to be on a day-to-day basis, and basically give myself a cool Witcher makeover. So let's go ahead and jump in and get some sketches going and design myself as a Witcher. So before I started this drawing, I did do a lot of research on the Witcher series because, like I said, I know kind of what I've learned in the games and the bit I know from the show and just kind of little bits that I've learned over time, but I for sure am not a lore aficionado for the Witcher. There's so much lore in the original book series, and I know there's a lot more for me to discover in the games, especially because I've only played part through of game 3. There's probably a bunch in game 1 and 2, and then I think there's just a lot of lore and backstory that resonates in the books, which I haven't listened to or read. So I needed to do a lot of research before I chose some characteristics for my Witcher. First and foremost is the schools. Now, there are a lot of different schools for The Witcher, for anyone who doesn't know the Witcher series. Basically, Witchers are these basically mutant humans that have been subjugated to monster mutagens and other treatments to basically make themselves like superhuman. And within that, there's different schools that a Witcher would basically be raised through and trained under, and each of those schools has different key characteristics for them. For example, Geralt is from the School of the Wolf, and they have very particular characteristics. If I remember correctly, when I was reading, they can deal a lot of damage and also take quite a bit of damage. They're not as sturdy as those from like the School of the Bear, but they're more of a like heavy hitter class. And while I was brainstorming it, I did kind of automatically think of going to the School of the Wolf, but then as I was reading through the different schools, I kind of decided to settle on the School of the Cat. I felt the cat fit like how I would want to be as a Witcher, and kind of fits like how I play as a D&D character as well. Basically, I'm just gonna read from the wiki so then you guys know what I was thinking, but basically the cat school developed a fighting style focusing on speed, precision, and agility, which I super love. I love the idea of being able to be really quick with strikes. Whenever I play a D&D character, sometimes I'm a dual wielder that likes to do like quick, like I jump in, get a bunch of strikes. I love to do, it's kind of funny, there's like a joke in a couple of my games where I just like doing backflips for some reason, probably because my real life self is envious of the ability to do backflips and cool flips. So having that agility and speed is something that I would want in a character. And then along with that, basically the cat school, with that in mind, has their equipment different than other schools. For example, Geralt in the School of the Wolf, you can have a much more armored character, but the School of the Cat focuses on gear that can give them a lot of flexibility and give them like a wide range of motion and be able to move easily and quickly to pair with their strikes and fighting style. I really liked this idea, and I liked the idea of just being able to move quickly and have more flexible armor, nothing like too heavy, not like a lot of plate mail or anything like that. While I do like that in general for characters, like I love drawing armor and I love giving plate to characters, I didn't really feel it was right for my character. Especially like in other costumes I've done in the past. For example, I have an Assassin's Creed costume that I wear to the Renaissance Festival, and I don't really have a lot of armor on that. It's mostly like leather and more flexible materials, because I'd rather be comfortable and be able to move rather than being really chained up to like heavy armor. I was keeping that in mind too when I was picking like my ideal armor for this. And yeah, I just would love to be comfortable and flexible, but still have at least a little bit of padding to protect me from giant monster claws or swords from different opposing factions. I just would love the kind of the best of both worlds, and I felt like Cat was a really nice in-between for that. I did read up, though, that the School of the Cat kind of has a range in terms of their quality of witchers. For example, I saw on the wiki that a lot of them became like psychotic witchers from the school, like they just were kind of crazy and just didn't have their head on straight, and that just was because of the way they did the mutation process for the witchers. I would assume like maybe my character is not crazy. At least I would make myself not crazy in the school. Maybe I was one of the few that didn't turn out super crazy, but it'd be interesting to be, I guess, raised in that type of environment. From the part of the lore that I do know, it seems like a lot of witchers are taken as children or like very young and converted into these supernatural humans at a very young age. So I assume most witchers grow up amongst other witchers. They're all trained in a similar setting. You probably see like your best friend probably go through the mutagen process and then never come out. It's like crazy to think about that. But I bet that would have a lot of psychological effect on any witcher from any of the schools. And I bet it would be kind of a residual thing for my character as well in the series. And to talk more about my actual character, I guess it's kind of like how I play Geralt in the actual game. I think I would be much more of a, I guess, compassionate witcher, because I do, in real life, I do like helping people and doing what I can, like, within my community or whatever I can for my friends, and I feel I would be similar in The Witcher. Like, if I was a witcher, I'd probably help that random contract on the side of the road who needs to get rid of some drowners, or like some other random task they need, like getting their kid out of a tree. I don't know. I feel I would do that even if the coin was low. I just have a feeling that's what my character would be like. And then in terms of like fighting style, like I said, the cat is much more about speed and precision and agility, and they're like very quick to do like critical strikes instead of a lot of raw damage. I feel I would be that way with like the sword skill, and then in terms of using like the signs and the magic in Witcher, I like to use, oh man, is it Gwen, the shield ability? I think I would use that a lot, and I would use Igni a lot. I like the idea of being able to just shoot fire out of the palm of my hands. It's similar to how in Avatar I'd be a firebender. I think my Witcher would also lean a lot on Igni, and then I think it's Gwen. I don't know all the names of all the magic moves in The Witcher, but I have a feeling I would probably lean on those two primary ones within my fighting as well. And just to sprinkle in a little bit more lore about the monsters, I think I would be fascinated with the different monsters of like the Witcher franchise and series. And as a Witcher, I'd probably also keep a very good diary or book on the different monsters I've encountered. And I would be that student that was really into learning about monsters and how to handle them and slay them and what to do about them. Alright, and we are all done with Witcherifying myself, and I had so much fun with this. Like, it took a really long time just based off of the details I added to, like, the line art and the drawing overall, but I had a blast. So I'm currently developing my own series that's kind of set in the same, like, time period as The Witcher with, like, magic and monsters and, like, really cool, like, sword fights, and this was a really good practice on basically making more detailed costumes. One of the things I really want to improve on is just making stronger costume designs, and I think this was a really good start in the direction of making the costume designs I want to make for my characters. So I had a blast basically making myself a really cool buff tall Witcher with some really cool scars, and I had a blast just trying to figure out my overall design for my costume. I dove in and I looked at a bunch of Geralt's costumes along with other costumes for different characters in the series and just kind of put them all together to make my ideal costume. So with this all done, I also want to announce to you guys that I'm going to be opening up commissions. So right now on my Twitter or Instagram, I just made a post basically giving you guys an idea of what type of commissions I have open. I have 2 price sheets for Pokemon trainers or for Witcher OCs, but if you want something else that you want drawn like your original D&D character, or if you have like an OC of your own, you can message me on like Twitter or Instagram or email me about what you want done for commissions. I have a few slots open just to start, and then maybe I'll slowly transition into opening more slots, but if you don't get on this first list, I will make sure to email you as soon as another spot opens. But anyway, thank you guys so much for stopping by and checking out this video, and if you aren't already, I'd really appreciate it if you hit that subscribe button. We do a bunch of like fun, nerdy monster stuff and like some other fan things like this Witcher video, and I would love if you joined this little art community. But either way, thank you guys so much for stopping by, and I will see you all next time. Bye, everybody.